R.J. Reynolds breaks his back and breaks a little of Schilling's also. 3-0 Reds. We're still in the first inning. Joe Oliver now at the plate. And get your glove out. He's coming right at you. Reds score 5 runs in the first. Schilling allowed 8 on 10 hits for the Phillies. Pete Incaviglia is hot, hot, hot. This one off the wall and left. Incaviglia 7 for 8 this spring. Phillies lost in extra innings. Final 14-13. The Yankees nervous?
Hardly at all.
Well, bottom of the first, Sam Horn with the base hit. O'Neill scores. Here comes Tartabull. Here comes the throw. He's out. George enjoying the game in Fort Lauderdale today. Jim Leyritz. Bang! It's high. It's deep. It's gone. His second dinger of the spring. Yankees win in 12 innings, 3-2. In St. Petersburg, Toronto catcher Carlos Delgado, gone. Homered earlier in the week also. Lee Smith on the mound for the Orioles. This shot to left center won't be caught. The two-time defending champs win this afternoon at Al Lang. Final score 7-4. So on the board it looks like this. 7-4 Toronto. Yankees win in 12. Philadelphia loses in 10. Now the Reds are going to be in St. Pete tomorrow to face the Cardinals. White Sox 3-1 winners. Astros took care of the Braves 7-4. Mets took care of a split squad of Marlins. Mo Vaughn over for Boston. Tigers host the Phillies tomorrow. They won today, and the Tribe clobbered a split squad of Royals 15-4. Okay, the South Florida Bulls are getting ready for the Metro Tournament. Now, head coach Bobby Pascal doesn't care to hear that his team had a bad season. You'll hear that in just a couple of minutes. And welcome back to First Sports. You know, at this time every year, hundreds of college basketball teams are given a second chance. The opportunity to salvage a poor season comes in the form of a postseason conference tournament. The USF Bulls are preparing for their date in the Metro Conference tourney. Friday, they will play UNC Charlotte. Now, if you look at the number, you'll see a Bulls team that won just 2 conference games and finished 10-16 overall. That might tempt you to say that they had a bad year, but Bobby Pascal looks at it like this.
We've played a schedule that has been ranked anywhere from the 13th toughest in the country to the 22nd toughest in the country. And we have won some very good basketball games, you know, beating people like Tulane and Charlotte and Florida State and Old Dominion and Southern California. So this team has played some good basketball this year.
You know, the Bulls have not made it back to the NCAA tournament since 1992. We'll have a look at the Bulls' glory days of the early 90s right here on First Sports Thursday night. All right, time to find out who knows their Yankee trivia. And tonight, we are asking you who holds the Yankees record for the most walks in a single season. Now, I thought maybe Maris or Mantle on this, but the answer is Babe Ruth, who had 170 walks in 1923. Tonight's winner is Gary Ludwigson, who lives in St. Petersburg. And Gary, Mamma Mia, or is that Mama Marie? Tonight, you are going to enjoy this lasagna dinner with meat sauce, and thanks to Marie Callender's. And don't forget, tomorrow night right here on Channel 44, you'll see the Lightning at Hartford. That's the team they beat on Saturday. So tomorrow night, we will show you what happened in that game. Also, it's Bob's Big Fish Stories and a lot more tomorrow night right here on First Sports. Couple of notes before we wrap things up. USF Bulls scored 2 in the ninth. They beat Purdue tonight 6-5 in baseball. Mid-Continent Conference basketball. Wisconsin Green Bay won the conference tourney, so they are going to the NCAA tournament. Tell a friend you saw it first every night right here on First Sports. I'm Bob Alvarez. We'll see you tomorrow.
Some people are pretty sure they're going to buy a Toyota Corolla DX.
Time and the perfect shows to share with your family. Plus, find out how kids and critics rate today's most popular shows to TV Guide's Parent's Guide, what every parent needs to know. Pick up a copy today.
If you would like to be a 44 News at 10 weather watcher, call 576-NEWS. That's 576-6397.
Smack dab in the middle of Tennessee is a city that strikes a chord in people the world over.
That's 44 News at 10. To this point, I'm Barbara Callahan.
I'm John Summer. Join us near the top of the hour for a news update. Oh, that's out for tonight. Let's go to Bob Alvarez. He's got some stories in First Sports.
Well, you're right, John. Fish stories, as a matter of fact. And the Lightning, if they are going to make it to the playoffs, they are staggering there. Well, I'll show you what I mean. And also tonight in First Sports, I'm being forced to show something I'd rather not see. You'll see that tonight in First Sports. Stick around.
Attention car, truck, and RV buyers. It's happening now at Weeki Wachee Village. A $7 million Toyota and RV inventory.
Tampa Bay's first look at sports. First Sports with Bob Alvarez and Pat Boyle.
Hey, welcome to a shorter edition of First Sports, but a good one nonetheless. Each night out, you know, the Tampa Bay Lightning trying to move closer to the playoffs tonight in Hartford. They took a huge step backward. Just 55 seconds had elapsed when Kevin Smith scored for a 1-0 Hartford lead. The Lightning on the power play, but Hartford with the shorthanded goal from James Patrick, the 20th shorthanded goal scored on the Lightning this year. Pupa was taken out. Wendell Young came in. Ted Crowley made it 3-0 with his first NHL goal. Then Andrew Castles made it 4-0. This is all in the first period. We're still in the first period. Mark Bureau, his 8th of the year. The Lightning's lone goal tonight. Lightning drop at Hartford. Final score, Whalers 4, Lightning 1. Elsewhere, Mike Gartner scores his 611th career goal. Rangers win. Montreal gets the best of the Blues. Maple Leafs 4-2. Detroit is winning. Edmonton and Florida are tied. And we have a bunch of zeros to round things out tonight. NBA action. Shaq has 40. The Magic by 16. Miami 9-2 in their last 11 games. Knicks have won 4 in a row. Phoenix big time tonight. Detroit cracked a 7-game skid. Minnesota loses to Sacramento. Milwaukee down by 2, and there's a late one in Portland. All right, East Lansing, Michigan. Bob Knight has flipped his lid. The headbutt on freshman Sharon Wilkerson. Indiana at Michigan State. This is what I did not want to see. Sean Respert with the steal and the lay-in. Pat Boyle's alma mater, Michigan State, playing my alma mater, Indiana. The Hoosiers down by 5 at the half. And boy, who's running the show? Why do we have to show that tonight? Let's go to the board. Indiana loses. Ouch. Geez. 94-78. 8th-ranked Michigan takes care of Penn State tonight. And Illinois, 90-75 over number 20, Minnesota. Pat, I owe you one. All right, Phillies first baseman John Kruk has testicular cancer. Doctors made the diagnosis after removing Kruk's right testicle this morning. Team physician Dr. Philip Marone says the cancer is very curable. Kruk will rejoin the Phillies tomorrow. All right, we take you out to Al Lang Stadium. Cleveland Indians, Bell at the plate going downtown. However, that's not enough for the Tribe. Orioles win. Final score 10-9. Around the Grapefruit League today, the Tigers shut out the Phillies 4-0. St. Louis had a good time today. Yanks didn't get anything going. Puckett with 2 RBI for Minnesota. Gary Sheffield 2 for 3 and an RBI for the Marlins. Pittsburgh needed extra innings. Toronto 2 better than the Red Sox. And that's the story this afternoon. You know, I always like the old baseball to fish story segue. It's time to look at your catch. It's Bob's Big Fish Stories. I know I said fish, but once in a while we make an exception. Captain Jay Serio and his niece Callie Picas. She was visiting from Ohio. Uncle Jay took her about 22 miles out of Clearwater. That, an 8-pound lobster. We're going to send you this stuff from Gatorade, courtesy of Rick Plure and the guys over at Bonacker and Lee. Dan Carden tells me he catches a lot of snook, and who are we to argue with that? Dan lives in Bradenton. That snook, 40 inches long, Dan caught it on a rattle trap lure. Dan, enjoy a dinner on us. Have fun at Ryan's Steakhouse. It is good. And we thank John Ponzo and the folks at Ryan's for making it possible. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You catch them, you take a picture of them, and you send them to our address. Include your phone number. We'll let you know when you're going to be on the big show and get those pictures in the mail, because we're giving away a cruise next week, and we've got a lot of good stuff coming in that's going to go out to you. All right, tomorrow we're going to be hoops crazy right here on First Sports. We're going to preview the USF Bulls as they get ready for the Metro. The Southeastern Conference tournament begins. Also the ACC, so a lot of highlights right here on First Sports. We hope to see you tomorrow. That wraps it up. Good night.
You don't get to be America's best-selling small car by thinking small. There are some pretty big...
Sports with Bob Alvarez and Pat Boyle.
And thanks for joining us for First Sports. I love college basketball, love spring training, so couldn't be any happier at the moment. The final steps toward the big dance. The NCAA tournament begins.